What is happening, Scoop Troop? Get ready to dive headfirst into the most electrifying updates hitting the sports and entertainment world. The news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and you absolutely do not want to miss what's breaking right now. We're kicking things off with some serious talk from the wrestling world, where a legendary figure is facing some harsh criticism from a former colleague about past career decisions. This is the kind of insider info that makes you lean in, so let's get into it. Next up, we're getting a glimpse into the highly anticipated return of a fan-favorite series. Details are emerging about the next installment, and it looks like we're in for some intense action and compelling storylines. This is the kind of update that gets the community buzzing, so stay tuned for what's coming. Then, we're shifting gears to analyze a massive upcoming event, and the predictions are wild. We've got a scenario where a controversial figure might just be the key to salvaging a high-profile match, potentially creating a must-see spectacle. This is the strategic thinking that keeps us on the edge of our seats. And finally, we're looking ahead to another major showdown, with predictions that could redefine careers. Could a rising star actually seize the moment and become the next big thing by overcoming a veteran legend? We're breaking down all the possibilities. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from Sheeran Scoop. Legends under fire. A former superstar claims John Cena refused to elevate talent. Whispers from the wrestling circuit have long suggested that John Cena, during his illustrious WWE career, may have wielded backstage influence to control his booking and prevent certain talents from achieving greater success. Now, a former colleague has stepped forward with specific accusations, adding fuel to the ongoing debate about Cena's impact on the careers of others. Jake Hager, who wrestled as Jack Swagger in WWE, recently shared his perspective on the Insight with Chris Van Vliet podcast, detailing a specific instance where he believes Cena actively blocked his ascent. Hager recounted speculation that Cena refused to put him over, a wrestling term for losing a match to elevate a fellow performer, after Hager's significant victory in the 2010 Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania XXVI. According to Hager, the plan was for him to challenge Cena for a championship on the following Monday's episode of WWE Raw, a direct confrontation that would have significantly boosted Swagger's profile. However, Hager stated that this plan was allegedly nixed, with the implication being that Cena was unwilling to yield to a less established star at that point in his career. He absolutely refused to do it, Hager asserted, clarifying that while Cena didn't communicate this directly to him, he was informed of the situation by others. Hager expressed his frustration, noting his own relative inexperience at the time, stating, "I was told that was what happened, but like I'm a young guy, I've been there for a cup of coffee. What are you gonna do?" He further suggested that this was not an isolated incident, telling Van Vliet, "I'm not the only guy he's done that to. He's done that throughout his career." Hager also touched upon a more recent event involving Cena and R-Truth, expressing surprise at the company's initial decision to release R-Truth after a loss to Cena, only to re-sign him shortly after. Hager speculated that Cena might have intervened, advocating for R-Truth's return, suggesting a potential shift in Cena's approach to helping his peers. This isn't the first time Cena has faced such claims. Former WWE stars like Alex Riley, Ryback, and Wade Barrett have also alluded to similar experiences. Wade Barrett, now a commentator for NXT, is the only one of that group still with WWE. As Cena embarks on his farewell tour, with his retirement from in-ring competitions slated for the end of 2025, his recent match against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41, where he captured a record-tying 17th championship reign, has reignited discussions about his legacy. His upcoming match against Logan Paul at WWE Clash in Paris further fuels the narrative, with many wondering if this will be an opportunity for Cena to pass the torch, as Hager's comments suggest he may have been reluctant to do in the past. The wrestling world is watching closely to see how these final matches unfold and what impact Cena's legendary career will ultimately have on the next generation of talent. Will these past criticisms alter Cena's final matches? Get ready for the predictions on Logan Paul versus John Cena at Clash in Paris. Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2 details emerge. The highly anticipated second season of Peacemaker is gearing up, and fans are eager for any news regarding the continuation of John Cena's gruff, yet surprisingly endearing, antihero. While specific plot details for Episode 2 remain under wraps, the production is well underway, promising more of the signature dark humor, over-the-top action, and heartfelt character moments that define the first season. Following the events of the inaugural season, which saw Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker, grappling with his past trauma and forming an unlikely bond with the Argus Task Force, Season 2 is expected to delve deeper into his complex psyche and his place in the DC universe. Creator James Gunn has consistently teased a narrative that balances the absurd with the genuinely emotional, and early indications suggest this season will be no different. The return of key characters like Emilia Harcourt, John Economos, and Leota Adebio is confirmed, and the introduction of new players is also expected to shake up the dynamic. Rumors suggest that the continuity will be closely tied to the broader DCU, potentially featuring crossovers or references to other ongoing projects. While the exact focus of Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2 is not yet public, the series' commitment to exploring themes of found family, redemption, and the consequences of violence, all wrapped in a delightfully irreverent package, has generated immense excitement. Fans are speculating about the specific challenges Peacemaker will face, the new threats he might encounter, and how his unique brand of justice will be tested. The creative team has a proven track record of surprising audiences, often subverting expectations with unexpected twists and turns. Therefore, any details that do emerge about Episode 2 are likely to be just the tip of the iceberg for what promises to be another wild ride. The anticipation for more Peacemaker is palpable, with the series having carved out a unique niche in the superhero genre, proving that audiences are ready for more mature, character-driven stories from their favorite comic book properties. The upcoming episodes are expected to continue this trend, offering a compelling mix of action, comedy, and drama. What new challenges await our favorite antihero? Get ready for Brock Lesnar's potential impact on the Cena vs. Logan Paul match. Brock Lesnar to intervene in John Cena vs. Logan Paul match, a bold prediction for Clash in Paris. The upcoming WWE Clash in Paris event is shaping up to be a pivotal moment in John Cena's farewell tour, but the highly anticipated match against Logan Paul is facing criticism for its perceived lack of dream match appeal for Cena's final appearances. Many fans believe that Cena, in his twilight years with the company, should be facing opponents who represent the pinnacle of wrestling history or the future stars poised to carry the torch. Logan Paul, despite his impressive athletic prowess and undeniable charisma as a crossover star, is not universally seen as fitting that bill for Cena's grand send-off. The central question surrounding the match is who should ultimately take the loss. It's generally felt that a retiring legend like Cena shouldn't be the one to take the pinfall, but many also feel that a loss for Paul, who WWE reportedly sees as a future cornerstone, would be a missed opportunity to elevate him. This is where the strategic, albeit corporate-tinged, intervention of Brock Lesnar enters the picture. The prediction is that Lesnar could make a shocking appearance at Clash in Paris, not necessarily to directly confront Cena, but to disrupt the match with Logan Paul. This move would serve multiple purposes. Firstly, it injects immediate star power and unpredictability into a match that some perceive as underwhelming. Secondly, it sets the stage for a future, highly lucrative showdown between Lesnar and Paul, a pairing that taps into both their star power and Lesnar's reputation for delivering brutal, memorable contests. Lesnar's recent return after Cena's title loss already laid the groundwork for a potential confrontation, and repeating such a tactic to build hype for a major event like WrestlePalooza on September 20th would be a smart storytelling decision. The short timeframe to build a feud for WrestlePalooza makes such an intervention even more logical. Furthermore, Paul would undoubtedly have a strong reaction to Lesnar interfering in what he might consider a career-defining match against Cena, potentially creating a compelling narrative for a future Lesnar vs. Paul bout. WWE, under TKO's influence, would likely embrace the media frenzy and social media buzz that such a surprise attack would generate. The potential for a banger match between Lesnar and Paul is high, given Lesnar's history of producing classic encounters with smaller, underdog opponents and Paul's demonstrated in-ring capabilities. This scenario offers WWE a way to extract maximum value from Cena's retirement tour, turning what could be a predictable detour into a compelling narrative catalyst. It also serves to remind international audiences that even seemingly standalone events can have significant ramifications for the main roster. For Lesnar, a part-time attraction, this aligns with his current role, focusing on high-profile encounters rather than extended feuds with the entire roster. The creative freedom WWE has shown recently, including off-screen story developments captured by social media, could also be leveraged to build the Lesnar-Paul rivalry in unconventional ways. Even if Lesnar doesn't interfere, a less-than-clean finish for Cena, marred by outside interference, would be far more interesting than a straightforward, anticlimactic victory. The potential for Lesnar to cause further friction between Cena and Paul adds another layer of intrigue. Ultimately, the possibility of Lesnar's involvement transforms a potentially forgettable match into a strategic building block for future major storylines, capitalizing on the unexpected and the star power of both Lesnar and Paul. Will this strategic move pay off for WWE? Find out if Logan Paul can truly become the face of WWE by beating John Cena. Logan Paul poised for WWE Ascension at Clash in Paris. Predictions favor a Cena upset. The WWE Clash in Paris event is approaching, and the card is stacked with significant talent, even with some notable absences like AJ Styles. Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Logan Paul are set to headline the show, promising a high-energy atmosphere for the European audience. While WWE champion Cody Rhodes might not be directly involved in a title defense, the star power alone is expected to make the French event a success. However, the build-up to the event, particularly the John Cena versus Logan Paul match, has been met with mixed reactions. A recurring criticism of Cena's retirement tour is his perceived reluctance to put over younger talent, a narrative that his match against Paul could decisively alter. WWE appears to view Logan Paul as a future main event player, and his clash with Cena presents an ideal opportunity to solidify his status. Predictions suggest that Paul might actually defeat Cena at Clash in Paris, serving as a significant hurdle for Cena to overcome before a potential showdown with Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. A victory for Paul over a legend like Cena would be a monumental career boost, while for Cena, at this stage, it would be less about personal gain and more about facilitating the rise of the next generation. Beyond the main event, other matches on the card also carry significant implications. The bout between Rusev and Sheamus is seen as an unusual pairing, but it's expected to be a hard-hitting contest. Rusev, who recently moved from AEW, is anticipated to win against Sheamus, who seems to be falling out of favor with management. A victory could position Rusev for a run at the Intercontinental Championship. In the women's division, Becky Lynch is predicted to continue her dominant reign as Women's Intercontinental Champion, likely defeating Nikki Bella in a match that is expected to be short, with Bella's inclusion attributed more to her name value than her current in-ring potential. The build for the four-way match for the World Heavyweight Championship, featuring Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk, has been praised for its complexity, despite the underlying narrative of WWE waiting for future singles matches. Rollins is widely expected to retain his championship, with Jey Uso likely to absorb the pinfall. The key question moving forward will be how WWE maintains the momentum of Knight and Uso after this event. Roman Reigns is set to compete in his first European match since 2023, facing Big Bronson Reed. Reigns is the clear favorite to win, and their match could be a standout performance, especially given Reigns' limited singles matches on television. The prediction is for Reigns to secure a relatively quick victory before he departs for Australia to film the new Street Fighter movie. The overall outlook for Clash in Paris suggests a mix of predictable outcomes and potential career-defining moments, with the John Cena versus Logan Paul match being a focal point for discussion regarding the future direction of WWE talent. Can Logan Paul truly seize this moment and become the face of WWE? Stay tuned for our closing thoughts and a full recap of all the day's biggest stories. That's all the scoops for today, Scoop Troop. We saw John Cena facing criticism from a former colleague, got a peek at the upcoming Peacemaker season, debated Brock Lesnar's potential impact on the Cena-Logan Paul match, and analyzed predictions for WWE Clash in Paris, where Logan Paul could make a massive leap. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a thing, leave a comment with your thoughts on today's news, and follow us on all our social channels. We'll catch you in the next one.